Hello. Think I am live. It's me. Good afternoon to you all. So, let me just make sure everything is working okay at my end. Today is my little sew along creating this really cute two rectangles and two little ties. Really cute little top. So that is what I am sewing today. You can join me if you've already got your pieces prepped. I have popped information in the group how the live is working. I have also got some instructions that will get posted into our group later on. Okay, I can see that I am live, which is a good start. I'm a minute or two early. I did say I would go live. Oh, no, my phone says it's 1 o'clock, so I am going live. To do this cute little top, it's really, really simple. It is called sort of off the shoulder, boat neck style, however you want to wear it. You can wear it off the shoulder. You can wear it as like a little boat neck. You can tie it as tight as you want around, depending how you would like the fit. And it's got a cute little open side detail at both of the sides there. Really, really simple. About seven quick, simple steps to this. I just want to just refresh my page, make sure everything is all good at my end. If you are watching, do drop me a little comment. I can then just make sure that the comments are working okay so that I can see that your comments are here. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me just quickly tag if it wants to come up for me. Lorraine. There we go. Just had a message asking where are we. Hello ma'am, hope you're well. Good afternoon to you. Okay, I can see on my phone that everything is working. I can't see how many of you are watching me right now, but that's all good. I do not mind that at all. I will give it another minute or two. But yes, it's a really simple top. I've half prepped it, half not, that I'm going to sew, and then we can sort of complete it all together. But really, really simple. I'm again doing it in a Marocain crepe, which is what I've done in my burgundy one. But I am planning to do one in a cotton just to see the different sort of structure to it. Hello Lorraine, you are here. Good afternoon to you. Hope you are well. So yeah, so I said really, really simple. Basically, you've got two rectangles, which I have worked out to be the measurements of your shoulder to shoulder. Then I've added on 15 centimeters. You could always maybe do a rough quick little toe version to make sure, because I know on my one I did take my shoulder seams a little bit more, so at that part when we get to it you could just pin it, try it on, see if you want it, if it's too open for you, if you want to take the shoulder seams in more, we can do that. Okay, I have just seen, yes, we are using our software and we are recording it right now, but like I said, I've also got like a little instruction, couple of little steps, instructions of how it is done that I will post up on the group after as well. So there are some instructions for you to follow. But yeah, so it's two rectangles. Like I said, I've measured it from my shoulder to my shoulder, and then I've added on 15 centimeters. And then I've done it measured down to where I'd like it to sit, and then I've added on 10 centimeters, because once you do it quite tight, it does pull it up, so you don't want it to be too short on yourself. So I have two rectangles, one there and one here, and also we have two ties, which I have done at 4 centimeters by 60 centimeters. If you want wider ties, just do them a bit wider. That is your own preference. So literally two ties, two rectangles. You need an iron, you need your sewing machine, and you can pretty much ruler, tape measure. I just quickly grabbed a ruler and we can get going. So the very, very first step to all of this is you have to hem your side seams and your neckline on both pieces separately. So how I've done that is I've just folded 1 centimeter and then over again another centimeter. I'm going to quickly just pop the iron on. Did anyone just see that? See my iron rise on its own there? Look, it's so cool. Touch it. it goes down. Hand off, it raises up. I love my new gadget. I'm just still getting used to it. So I have already done one of my rectangles, just so you can see. So it is literally folded over again. So folded over wrong side, iron, top stitch, all the way around. So you've done 3 sides, both your sides and your top. You leave your bottom to your very end. So I've done the one. And then while you've got your iron out as well, you have to, your ties, fold them right sides together in half. And then we are going to sew down the short side and sew down the long side. I have put this down as doing a 1 centimetre seam allowance throughout. So if anyone wanted to know, it is that. So I will get going. So I'm going to do my top. So I've half pinned it and half ironed it, but I will just do the rest quickly. But this is probably the longest part of this pattern, is doing the hemming and the ironing. But once that's done, you just have to go over it at the very end. So literally 1 centimetre, 1 centimetre, folded over, and then iron down all the way down the side seams. I'd usually do my side seam, and then do my top at the very end. So again, on this one, at my very top, I prep it. Still getting used to this iron. I keep standing it up and I don't actually have to stand it up. I can just leave it on the fabric now and it raises itself. I love it. So I've just gone over my edges there. So we're going to sew sides and then across the top. Again, 1 centimetre seam allowance. Let me just get everything together here. My foot pedal always decides it wants to disappear from me. So now it's the sewing. And once that is, you've then basically got your whole, both of your front and back pieces. And then it's literally just sewing the straps as well. And then sewing the side seams with your straps attached. And you're pretty much done. So it is a really cool, simple top. I just thought it would be fun to do a little sew along if anyone is bored or fancy trying it out. But yes, when we get to the shoulder seams, my eyes, I mean, I know what I need to take now. But you could pin it and then try it on and just see how you feel, how wide the boat net is. If it's too wide for you, just take it in that bit more. It won't affect the shape or design. So now just doing my seam. But what, other than watching me, what is everybody else up to on their weekend? We have also had some new fabric. I've got a few pieces showing here. I'm covering the last piece at the minute. But we've got this lovely, I feel like it's like a burgundy aubergine. It's a woven like really nice suiting fabric. We've got some leopard in, and we do have some check and flowers in. Once I move my machine, I'll show you them better. But yes, not all is on the website just yet. Some are. There is also 2 of the fabrics at bargain prices on the group at the moment. Obviously, the more meters you buy, the more you save. Hi, I don't know if I said it already, but hello, Dawn. I thought I'd go with teal, because then the teal would also go with my teal trousers that I've made, which I paired with the burgundy in my picture. Okay. I know, I sort of scared myself the other day. I was ironing and then my buzzer went and I ran to it and I don't know why. And I come back and I was like, oh my God, I've burnt, and I've completely forgotten now what iron I was using. I didn't burn my top at all. I've got a thing for leaving it. I don't know why, but yes, when I do iron things, I get so distracted. So they've just sewn one side, now I'm sewing my other side. You could easily have done the top, it's however you feel. I do side and side and then top. But if you can do the whole way round, across the top and down, then go for it. I have created a few basic steps to sew in this pattern that will get posted. So I know sometimes the videos disappear after a while, so I will make a post so no one misses out, because I know it's Saturday. I know obviously other people will be working as well. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be organising more fabric, but I will be getting back to that and getting the Happy Sale ready for Thursday. Don't forget, we've also got our open bags, where if there is anything on the group or on the website you would like, but then you know you're going to join the sale, let us know. We can invoice you just for the fabric without postage, and then we'll pop it aside, and once you are ready, we will then send you postage with all your fabric in one parcel. That is my other side. Now I'm going to do my top. Which I ran out of clips there, so I didn't actually clip that one. What are you up to, Gaynor? Oh, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations that you now know, because I know the last time we were talking you didn't know what you were having. So you're having a little boy. I'm gonna have to keep out for some little kiddies fabrics for you. Again, straight across. It's all straight stitching. It said you do not need to use your overlocker. You could at the end, on like the shoulder seams, once all completed, if you wanted to tidy up, you could use the overlocker just to get rid of the extra fabric in there. That is now my four corners all done. Just going to give it a quick press. And also, I didn't realise with this iron what I love. You know, normal irons, you do just have the circles 1, 2 and 3. This one has 1, 2 and 3, but also tells you what it is for, like synthetics, for wools, for silks, which is a great. Move that out of the way. Now with my new iron, I wasn't one that used to do much ironing as I was doing. I used to leave it till the end. But I do find if you iron as you go, you do just get such nice, neater finish. Instead of struggling to try and get into them seams once it's all complete. Forgetting about the foot, I do catch the fabric in the back foot. I get too eager. Okay, so now I have my front and my back both hemmed across the top, down the sides. And now let me just fold this tie in half, and then we're going to sew the ties. And then the main part of actually creating this top is done. It's then a couple of little measurements, working out the depth of your sleeve, anything between 30 to 40 centimeters. I wouldn't go no further than 40. But again, that can be another thing if you wanted just a pin, work out how wide you want your sleeve opening to be. Obviously, if you want it off the shoulder, you don't want it too revealing. But obviously, you need some room to move about in it as well. Forget as soon as I take my hands away. Right. I have now both of my ties folded in half, right sides together, and now we're going to sew 1 centimetre seam allowance along one short end and down to the long end, and then we will turn out. Move my foot around that side. And then down, all the way down the long. Said my ties are by 4, so once they're in half and sewn, they're only about 1.5 centimetres. But you can do wider ties if you feel. It is really simple. I thought it'd be nice for that summer. I know some of you lovelies have lost your sewing mojo, so I thought maybe doing something a little bit simple would get you back into your sewing. And depends how you style it. It can be a dressy top. It can be a casual top, like today I have actually just paired it with a pair of jeans. Once you've done your straps, always sort of cut off your little corner to get a nice neat turn out. Some little snips there, so there's one. And now let me just sew the other strap. Turn it, sew down. It's always better, I find now. Have everything ironed in half. It just keeps all your fabric nice and neat and easier to sew, really, not as slippy. That is good. Headphones do come in handy, I should say. Oh, let me just go along there a little bit again. There we go. So, sew my straps. Now, I would say you can use your loop turner on this one, but because obviously you've got one side already sewn, I'm just using my Prim's little pokey tool. So I thread the blue part through the strap. Oh, no, I need my thinner one. That one is too wide. Comes in 3 different sizes. It's like small, medium and large. That one should be better. Get in the middle. Then you get like a little pokey. Ideally poke it through. I can never do it the correct way. Pokey comes out like that. Whoop. And then you just turn it out like that, and I'm going to do the other one. Give it a quick little press, and then you have your 2 straps. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping now, Nikki, because I'm not feeling too bad doing this one. I haven't done these for a little while, but I will hopefully be doing some more sew-alongs. If I find some more free patterns, or if I find something I can create that's quite simple. I was actually just looking at my ironing board and thinking I could create a new cover for that, because I'm not liking the cover that's on my ironing board. So that could be my next little project, creating a new ironing board cover. Just poke out them corners once you turn them out. Pull. So like that now, you have 2 straps. I'm just going to give them a quick little press. See. Getting used to hearing that sound as well of the iron. But just touch it and it moves. He wants to work with you. There's my 1 strap there done. And now the 2nd strap. Corner out. Seams lines up. And again, keep them seams together. And so, there we go, and get to the last piece. Voila. And they get the straps. Yeah, I think could do maybe a little idea of how to use your old cover and create a new cover. It would be a cool idea. Right, I have my 2 straps. Now I'm just going to move my machine out the way and all my little bits, because now we will be assembling your top. Make sure I am at the right stage. So we've made the ties. We are now going to get your 2 rectangles. First one up, you want them front facing up. Your first rectangle, and then you get your 2nd rectangle. Again, front now facing the other front, so it's front to front. 2 rectangles, front to front now. What I usually do, just to keep it in place, pop a little clip just at the top there. Just why now you're going to do a little bit of measuring and a little bit of pinning. So what we are now going to do is from your top, very, very top of your top, down the side, you're going to measure 30, anything between 30, no more than 40 centimetres to create your armhole opening. So, ruler, I'm going down, I'm going to myself, I'm doing 30 centimetres, and I'm popping just a pin or a clip there. So that's my top, it's 30 centimetres down, and again on the opposite side. Measure top to 30 centimetres and pin. So now you have 2 rectangles, front sides facing each other, and measured and pinned. Next step is now from your bottom, measure, well, I mean, you could go higher, but I've done 10 centimetres to create your split. So from the bottom now, we are measuring 10 centimetres up. and popping a pin or a clip in there, and then you repeat that again on the opposite side. Measure 10 centimeters and pin. That's right. So now your top should be looking like that. So that's the top. You got your 30 centimeter measure from top to down, and then from bottom going up you've got 10 centimeters measured. Now we're going to be inserting our straps. They're going inside the top. So you want your raw edge seam of your strap to your side seam. And where I've placed that is between the 30 and the 10 centimeter clipping you've got there. I just fold them in half and I create a halfway mark. And at this very moment, I'm just going to pop a pin in there. Click. So again, I'm doing the same on the opposite side. So between that 30 and 10 centimeter, fold it in half and pin. So now I've got two chunky pins, you can probably see there. That middle marking is now where we're going to insert our straps. Obviously you want the seam facing down from your strap. So get my strap. It's going inside the top and you're pinning it at that marking. That pin, which is the halfway mark. Get that in right. Got my seam down correct. What I'm going to do at some point, I'll get a new camera at some point where you'll see bird's eye view down. Not that professional just yet. So I have now placed my strap in between that marking and I'm going to just clip it. So I've clipped my strap in on the inside of my top and it's pinned at that marking. Again, repeat on the opposite side. Make sure your straps are on the inside of your top, like so. I usually have a little bit of the seam just coming up above the seam edge, just so then you definitely know you are catching it all in. So now you have your straps on the inside pinned, we are now going to sew from your 30 centimeter down to your 10 centimeter. Again, basically you're just sewing over that seam hem that you have created there on both sides. So let's do that. Then it's shoulder seams, and then it's hem in the bottom, and you've created an amazing cute little top. Get that in there. So make sure your strap is positioned nicely. I always back stitch over where I put the strap in. Have I done the neck measurement yet? The neck measurement was basically before you cut it out, which is what I did, which was measure shoulder to shoulder, and then I added on 15 centimeters for the neck measurement. But like I said, that is the main measurement size, but you can then, once sewing the shoulder seams, you can actually obviously take that in if you feel like it's too much coming off the shoulder, or if you want to take it less. So that will then be created on your neck. The next part after I do these side seams, I will be then doing the shoulder seam. So I've sewn down one side and secured my strap in there, and then the next side repeat exactly the same. And I knew it was going to happen. My thread has just come out of my machine. I get so carried away I forget to check that my thread is long enough for my first stitch. There we go. Get to that strap there. Make sure it's positioned nicely. And again, sewn down the side. Just trim off the little excess of the strap if you do have any coming through on either side. So now we are on to doing the shoulder seams. And how these seams are done, you measure from the top corner 4 centimeters in and pin, and then you go down 4 centimeters and pin. You would then sew a diagonal line to connect from one point to the other. To be honest, I'm saying 4 centimeters as your base off. I'm actually now doing 5.5 centimeters for myself for my top, because I had to take this one in a little. So I'm measuring now to create my shoulder seams. My ruler is there. From one point from the top going down, I'm measuring my 5.5, and then down the side seam from top, I'm measuring 5.5. Just make sure your pieces are together. So you should have a point like this now. So that's the top, that's your side. You would then do a diagonal line across here, joining from point to point, both sides. So I'm just going to measure up my other side now. From there, going down 5.5. But as I said, the way this top is created, you can bring it the shoulder in more. You can have more of an open side seam if you want, go longer. It is quite a boxy, because if I actually get my tie undone, it's a very sort of roomy top. So them ties do pull it in, and that is the armhole. So depending how tight, how loose, you can even tie it at the front. You can tie it at the back, sides. You can tie it however you want to tie it. Don't even have to add the ties if you don't want to. If you just want it more as like a boxy little boxy top, that can also be done. So let's get back to finishing these shoulder seams. So where I've pinned it, I know my measurements. I would then say to you, pop a couple of pins in across where you're going to do your sew line. Try your top on. If it is too wide neck for you, then just bring it in both across the arm. You can bring it in across the neckline, and then you can take it down that little bit more. Now I'm going to do the shoulder seams, and let's see how this is turning out. So it's nice, simple, not very long to make, not very long to create. So I'm just doing a diagonal line now from point to point. Which then creates triangle sort of point. So yeah, you've got like a triangle there now. And that is, at the end, you can obviously remove this excess fabric with your overlocker if you wanted to, but that is how your shoulder seam is created there. So I'm then going to do the opposite side. Remove thread. Like so. Snip all my ends. So now your top of your top should have your seams, shoulder seams there sewn in. Just like that, 2 triangles. Now let's turn it in right sides out. And voila, you created top that's already got hemmed on the sleeves, the neckline is already hemmed, your straps are in. So all you've got left to do now is hem your bottom, your open seam, but let's quickly stay there. Should we just quickly try it on, see what it looks like? How simple was that creation? Voila! I have a teal top now. Again, tie it. Tie it tight, tie it loose. Have it a little bit off the shoulder. Have it more as like a nice little boat neck. And that's what the back looks like. But how cute was that? I'm going to stay on. I will do a little bit of hemming, but you don't have to stay on with me. But if you are making this, or if you have, if you're going to make this, I will pop the instructions up. I will also put this post up again so it doesn't get lost. But let me swap back and then I'm going to go and hem. But how cute is that? Such a sweet, simple, quick top. Perfect for going with leggings. You can even put more length to it. I would suggest, if you are putting more length to it, you may want to widen it a little at the bottom. Just obviously to get sort of make sure you've got enough room to get past your hips. But again, the way the side seams are sewn, you can also just take the side seams in. So I'm now just going to go and hem my top at the very bottom, exact same way as how you've done the neckline, the side seams. Fold 1 centimetre, iron, fold another 1 centimetre, iron, and then sew along. Someone mentioned something like that, and I was debating that I could do a dress. I'm even thinking like a long dress, but then have like side splits, so then obviously you've got room to move and stuff like that about in it. So please do, if you are creating this top, please do share on the group. I would love to see how you get along. I would love to see what you have made it in. I am planning to do one in we've got some vintage cotton that has arrived. So I'm thinking that my next one now will be in some kind of sort of vintage cotton, something with just a little bit more structure. And I think that will also sit really nicely. Oh, no worry, Marie. Watch it back. I've only been on probably 40 minutes, had a little chat, but it is a really simple. But what I will do once the live is over, we will pop the instruction pack that we've just sort of created for it into our group. And then you've got the instructions there. And we will repost a video as well. so then the video will stay. So basically now I'm just going to hem it. Let's hem it, shall we? And then that is your off the shoulder / boat neck cute little top all complete. Did you enjoy that? Was it fun? Did it get you a little bit excited to do a bit of sewing again? But yes, if you do make one, I would love to see. I will obviously post a little picture of this one into the group as well. My thread just come unthreaded once again. But yeah, it's a good way. Like I said, definitely I would suggest on the shoulder seams is to pin your stitch line across and then just try it on. Doesn't have to be in right sides, just try it on with your pins on the outside the seam and just see how it's sitting on you. Like I said, you may want to take it in, you may want it coming off a little bit more. It really depends, but then it does create a nice, you could have quite a narrow shoulder seam as well, which would look really cute. But all depends how you feel, how wide you would like the boat neck, how much you would like it to come off your shoulder. What's the grey top behind you? Okay, have you seen my grey top there? This is something I posted. Well, I posted it in the comments yesterday. I put up some fabric that is this lovely sort of aubergine burgundy suiting with a colourful knit. But I found a outfit that I'd like to create which had pleats in the top and a pair of shorts. I'm doing it all in woven. But this was, if I'm correct, I think it's the Keo, probably Chloe, I've probably got the whole name wrong, from Sinclair Patterns. It's actually a knit pattern, but I have adjusted it a little bit for it to be made in woven. It's a trial and error make before I use my perfect fabric. But yes, it's a Sinclair pattern. It is ideally made for stretch fabrics, but I wanted it to be a little bit different, and I've gone for woven. So I've made it a little bit more roomier, and I've made a bit of an opening at the back neckline, and I thought it goes quite nicely with my houndstooth trousers that I've got there as well. So I'm all into this, trying to recreate outfits I like with patterns, and then with everything that I've learned from my course, work out what adjustments I can do to them to get to the actual look I want. If it's made for jersey, then what do I need to do for it to be made in with woven? My seam. I'm looking forward to another sale. I'll definitely be more. Yeah, depending what I'm doing next time, I will obviously get things more prepped. If it is a harder make that I'm doing, then what I would do is maybe prep some more stages on the group. So then main sort of hard stages are done, and then we can just sort of all just sew along together. So I'm just finishing off my second hem now, and then that's it. Your rectangle top is completed. I quite enjoyed this. I don't know why. I get so nervous when I'm about to go live or do these lives. So I'm not that nervous now. So I do think I will put my big girl pants on and do some more with you all. And obviously show you different types of fabrics that would also work with this, with whatever we are going to make. All right, let's get that last bit of my hem in there. I have seen your comment, Lorraine, 1 second. The actual top is from Sinclair patterns. Give me 1 second. Let me show you. I've got it on my phone here. And you can actually see what top I am talking about when I can work out where it's from. Right, this is the actual top. It's Chloe. Says I've got the whole name wrong again. It is from Sinclair Patterns. But I said it is for knit fabrics. But for me to do woven, I opened up the front pleats a little bit more to give me a bit more room throughout the back, throughout the front. And if you can see on the back, I did like a little neckline opening with a button, so it's easier to get on. It needs an iron, it's not hemmed yet. And I also did put a little bit of interfacing on the neckline because my inspiration outfit that I wanted to do is this. If you can see. So it's a pair of shorts and it was that sort of top, but you can see it's got a little bit more of like a high neckline there. So I tried to create it with the Chloe pattern. Right, let me quickly remove some fabric, thread there. So my top is now hemmed, it just needs another little press. But voila, there is my 2 rectangle boat neck / off the shoulder top with ties. Your brill on your... Oh, it's very nice of you, Gaynor, thank you. Oh, yeah, maybe I could try a dress next. If you want the same style this, but go into a dress, I'll have to obviously have a little go of making one, but I'm sure the adaptations won't be as hard. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on my first proper ABC sew-along, creating this cute little top. Please do post any comments. I will turn, the live will go off, but any comments I will see in the group. I will then obviously post the little instruction pack in the group, and any questions just ask. I look forward to seeing all your lovely tops. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a lovely weekend all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now.